I made reference to it. Here they are, the microbes of your digestive system. We have a number of them. They're generally referred to collectively as the gut microbiota, but we all know them as the microbiome of the large intestines. We have, for all in, for being 100% truthful, we have microbes in the stomach. It's kind of interesting, the bacteria that live there and what they potentially do and don't do in terms of, not heart attacks, heartburn, and what they can cause for people. And we'll see that a little bit here over the course of the semester, because we'll talk about that, I think, in Unit 4. We talk about that a lot. But this gut microbiome basically varies. There is a big genetics component to that, which is fascinating. There's a lot of research coming out looking at the genetics and how that can influence the number of species that we have here within the microbiome. Diet is a huge one that probably affects it more than anything. All the research looks at diet and how your microbiome changes. They compare our microbiome to those in India, in Africa, in Europe, in various different spots. So diet does greatly affect the microbiome, which can really affect how effective your large intestines can be at helping to break down things, how effective you are at mounting an immune response, all sorts of fun things. Age is one of those. Obviously not, not a whole hell of a lot in the beginning, and then you get a robust, and then as you get really old, you start to kind of lose some of that. So age does play a part in it as well. But really medications, I mean, if you take an antibiotic, I mean, these are bacteria. They're going to be affected by an antibiotic. So you're going to lose some. Taking a probiotic, if you take an antibiotic, will help a little bit. You may notice if you're on that antibiotic, you may notice a little bit more bloating and issues with gas and whatnot. So, there you can see there's an actual feel to that, having less bacteria within that large intestine there because of just some of the side effects that happen with it. Some of the big things, it helps us digest stuff that are indigestible to humans. There are a number of things that we can't digest. The biggest one of those is fiber. The gut microbiome loves fiber. It will release some stuff to not necessarily break down fiber to any big imagination, but it does help to break off a few little pieces of that fiber for them to feed on. Okay, so fiber not only helps you to have a nice, easy poop, but it also helps to feed the good microbiome, the good bacteria in your digestive tract down here. That helps them to proliferate, prevents the bad bacteria from gaining a foothold. It's also going to be involved with helping to make a number of things. Okay, some of the big things, vitamin K is produced down here by the microbiome. Vitamin K helps you to clot your blood. B12, thiamine, biotin. We'll see what all these do in Unit 3. Yes, Unit 3, I believe. And they're going to be involved with, helping to make certain structures within the body. So a lot of important stuff these bacteria do. It also helps to make neurotransmitters, serotonin, GABA. Serotonin helps you to, go sleep. GABA is involved with a number of things with helping you to move properly. Like move properly? Holy smokes, I had no idea. Yeah, GABA is one of those hormones that's involved with this fun stuff.
You said serotonin. I thought serotonin just made you happy.
Serotonin does a buttload of different things.
Okay.
That's just one of them. The last thing it does here, it's involved with helping you with your immune response. Okay? Helps control inflammation or limit inflammation. Helps you to develop that immune response. Okay, helps you to eliminate toxins that may have been produced later on during in the digestive tract. There are a number of different things that you can ingest that become active after the acid content of the stomach. So they can do a lot of fantastic things. So immune system, helping to break down fiber, helping to make vitamins, neurotransmitters in order for you to function properly. So a lot of great actions and functions here associated with it. And again, this just looks at a lot of different things that can affect it. Okay. High sugar intake, antibiotics, antacids, again, can help diminish their functionality. Increase in cardiovascular disease risk, gut inflammation, all these things are associated with poor microbiome. Insulin resistance. I made reference to this, I believe, last week. Certain types of diets can render these things useless. And again, high sugar intake, insulin resistance is one of those things. Certain birthing patterns, breastfeeding, vaginal birth, that also affects the population of species down here. All sorts of crazy different things, increasing antioxidant production, immune response, decreased gut inflammation, better insulin sensitivity. So there's a lot of different things that you can get by just assuming that you have a nice, fantastic diet, having some fiber. Do you eat enough fiber? It'll help make your poop easier. Won't make it as hard. So you don't have hemorrhoids. You won't have all these little diverticuli and bumps that can occur. And there's a number of reasons as to those. And one of those could be you're just sitting on the pot too long, straining. Again, I mean, they're all over the place. They're on your skin, stomach, like I mentioned earlier, here within the large intestine, they're here, okay? All of them are involved with helping to prevent unwanted foreign invaders. So not only is it in the gut, but we have them in a lot of locations. Hell, we even have viruses living on the surface of various structures of the body. And they're all perfectly fine. They help. And our understanding of those things are just starting to come into the light after all this COVID research has started coming out. How can we ensure that we have the right type of bacteria there? Well, I mean, you can take some probiotics, okay? They help promote that good health down there for all of those microbes, okay? There's a number of different species. I'm not going to ask you them. There's also prebiotics, where these are bacteria that you buy, basically. Keep them cold. That way they're still alive. There's also prebiotics. Prebiotics are substances found in food. So this is not something you have to go out and buy, boys and girls. This is just stuff that you find naturally occurring within food. This helps to grow good bacteria. What type of foods? Well, the foods that we as Americans don't really eat. Fiber, grain, fruits, vegetables. That's where you find all these good prebiotic components. And these are all the foods, excuse me, sorry about that. These are all the foods that we as Americans just don't get a lot of. Increasing from 0 to 1 serving of fruit and vegetables, it's going to be a huge difference. One is you're going to get a buttload of fiber in those for the most part. You're going to have a ton of antioxidants. So there's a lot of things happening there, and just by eating some of this good natural food.